Hey again, guys. You know what I like to do when it's raining outside? I like to look at some baseball cards. Hey, one of my awesome subscribers, and there are many of you, but one of them had the suggestion, and it's a great suggestion, that, hey, why don't I do like a trivia question at the beginning of my videos, and then give you the answer at the end. So I thought that was a great idea. So, how about I start off with 3 trivia questions? All right, the first question. You know, the national anthem has become controversial over the last few years. Who can tell me what the origin of the national anthem being played before sporting events is? Who knows the origin of that? Number 2 question. What pitcher had a lifetime batting average of over 200 and was a switch hitter? Third question. Before Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947, what manager before that was in favor of having black players and once tried to have a black player on the team and pretend that he was a Cherokee Indian? Those are my 3 trivia questions for you. Of course, he was a Cherokee Native American, but back then, well, that was the term. So, okay, guys, I got an eBay authentication and adding to my set. So I thought, why not look at the whole set? So this is what I've been wanting for a while, and I got a pretty nice example, lower grade. Unfortunately, it took forever to get to me because, you know, I'm not even going to go there again. They got a graded cards. Okay. So it's a 1948 Leaf Warren Spahn. So let's release it from this tomb that eBay sends these in. And I really liked it because it's tough to find a centered one. Got to release it from that tomb too. But it is like perfectly centered. Oh man, you can't even see it with this thing on. It's an authentic graded card. I'm so happy to add this. So I thought, why don't I look at my Leaf again? Because, you know, I haven't looked at these for a very long time. And I've got a bunch of new subscribers since the last time I looked at them. So first, I have, I can't remember how many are in this set. I know Dave Blue Jacket 66 showed the Christy Mathewson recently. But they had these premiums. And they're pretty scarce. I have the Lou Gehrig here. And I have the Babe Ruth. And Babe Ruth had, I believe, 3 different versions of this. I think there are 3 different ones. So I have those. Now, these cards, they had boxers, football players, and baseball players, and I keep them all together because, if I'm not mistaken, it's the only set throughout history, if I'm not mistaken, that has the exact same design for baseball and football and boxing, or even just for baseball and football. You know, they didn't do that unless it was a multi-sport set. But here's an uncut sheet of boxing cards with Jack Johnson and Sugar Ray Robinson, amongst others. That's an uncut sheet of them. And what else do we have? We have, man, Sid Luckman. And he's just underappreciated. I believe he still holds the all-time record. I believe he threw a touchdown pass every 5th pass. And one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play. Very competitive. Never, ever dropped a ball. And was very critical of players who came after him who did drop a lot of balls. And that's Pete Pios. If you've never heard of him, that makes him the best receiver you never heard of. And we have here Bob Mann. Really cool card. Who is this? William Flash Sawicki. All right, we have Gene Tunney. And I love this card. Played for my Steelers. Bullet Bill Dudley. Got a frog in my throat just as I said that. Bullet Bill Dudley. You gotta love a guy named Bullet. Come on, Bullet Bill. This is probably one of the greatest football cards ever made. And that is the Bobby Lane rookie. Here we have great running back, Steve Van Buren. This reminds me of Pepino Man. They called him Luscious. I watched him lick that Mickey Mantle card the other day. Lucius, Luke Appling. I just get sillier and sillier, I think. Must be a sign of old age. We have a Bobby Dorr. The only man to throw back-to-back no-hitters. Johnny Vandermeer. Got this as a little kid. Great card. And the other one I got as a little kid, and these were the only two I had for the longest time, is the Ted Kluszewski, and I had no idea, because at the time I bought this, there really wasn't such a thing, or if there was, I didn't know about it. But I had no idea at the time it was his rookie card. Nor did I care. Great card. Big Ted. All right. Got a beautiful, beautifully centered Stan Musial. Beautiful rookie card there. We got a beautiful, beautifully centered Ted Williams. These are so hard to find with nice eye appeal, even if it's a higher grade. And man, this is just beautiful. I don't think you can find a nicer three than that. Or this. All right, we got Babe Ruth. The first time I ever saw this card, we had this old guy at the flea market I used to go to as a kid. And I go over there, buy all kind of old vintage cards from him. And he had one of these sitting there. And, you know, us kids were over there. I'm like, how much for that, right? And he's like, oh, that's too much for you kids. And he was right. I think it was $100, which was, man, that was a lot of money. I didn't have $100. And that, I mean, it might as well have been. That's like a $10,000 card today. To me, here's a Joe DiMaggio. Big Johnny Mize. 1 year, and Adam, man, I got a frog in my throat. Adam, Vintage Sanctuary, had pointed this out. 1 year, he had more home runs than strikeouts. Name me another player that did that. Here's Phil Rizzuto. And my man, and the only man to lead the league in home runs, his first 7 years in the league, Ralph Keiner. And I always wanted this card, and I finally got one several months ago. And that's Lou Boudreau. Well, we got this cool Roy Smalley. Of course, his son played in the 80s. Larry Jensen. We have Bob Elliott. Oh, man. Stuffy Sternweiss. And this guy had a cool nickname. They called him Johnny Hippity Hop. No, was he Hippity Hop? Or was he Happy Rabbit? I think it was Hippity Hop. Stan Rojak was Happy Rabbit because he was a smooth field and shortstop and he had two big front teeth. Johnny Hippity Hop. And we have Max Baer. We have Al Evans. Paul Dizzy Trout. I had a friend Bobby Trout growing up. Loved that kid. Used to spend all kind of time at his house. Once we thought it was a good idea to shoot a BB gun in his garage because his parents weren't really around, and I think his dad was a truck driver or something, and his sister would watch us, and she was only a few years older, so we could do whatever the hell we wanted, really. And we used to get on his dad's CB, and so decided to shoot a BB gun off in his garage. Man, it was like you heard ping, 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 and it hit me right in the lip. And it scared the hell out of me, because all I could think of was I could take my eye out or something. But kids are stupid. The only difference between us and the kids today is they stay stupider a little longer. I'm just kidding. Elmer Velo. Dick Wakefield. I didn't realize I had this many. Jim Hegan. And one of the greatest baseball players to ever live. The tobacco-loving Honus Wagner. So those are my Leaf cards. Let me see my newest addition. It's a beauty. Man, these cases are like glass. CSG, I think I have another graded card from that. I didn't notice that before. These things are like glass. That is a beautiful case. Okay, you guys want the answers to the trivia questions, right? First one, National Anthem. It was the end of World War I. The 1918 World Series. Featuring a young pitching phenom named Babe Ruth. During the 7th inning stretch, the band played the national anthem. And everybody in the in the stands started to sing it, and they all joined in, and they sang the national anthem with the band. And afterwards, there was a roaring ovation. And the owner of the Red Sox decided, we're going to open all our games with that song. And then the rest of the teams joined in. And that's the origin of the national anthem. A lot of, people very proud at the end of World War I of the country. Now, the second question, the pitcher who had a lifetime batting average over 200 and was a switch hitter, and that's so uncommon. I'll give you a hint. He had 3 fingers. 3-Finger Brown. And the manager who tried to bring up a black ball player and pawn him off as a Native American was the guy. This should be easy to figure out because there was nobody more competitive when he played or managed than this guy. And that's John McGraw. So those are the answers to the 3 trivia questions. Hey, I hope you enjoyed my leaf cards. I got to go clear my throat. Hey, thanks for watching, guys.